one.
What would it? Would it be positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, if any at all for you. Okay, and so sour? Positive, negative, indifferent?
Indifferent.
Indifferent. So when we're thinking about accessing submodalities within people, let's bear that in mind too. You know, that other people are adding information on top of what you've already asked them. And this happens quite a lot in communication. The more you begin to pay attention, the more you'll notice that people actually listen to maybe the first few words of what you say and then fill in the rest of it themselves because they've gone inside. You know, if you've impacted somebody with something that you're saying, they've listened to the beginning of it and erased the rest of it or replaced it with what they think. And it happens quite a bit. You know, and the more you work with other people, the more you'll begin to notice, you know, that those kind of things happen quite often. So that's okay, and being aware of it is better, and getting the tools to be able to overcome that is even better than that.
Well, I think it's really funny because it just reminds me, my kids have completely the opposite description of a banana custard, and
Yes.
I like it. I
Yes.
think it's sweet. I think it's aromatic. I grew up with it.
That's right.
And they were just talking to me the other day. They're like, "Mom, you just don't get it. It's slimy. It gags me." Just like that, you know. And I just think it's really funny. You know, so you know, when Grandma makes the banana custard, I have to eat it all so she doesn't get her feelings hurt.
Yes.
Because you know, and the thing is, there's nothing wrong with them feeling that way. I'm like perfectly okay with it, but it's not the way I feel. You know, so it's exactly what you're saying.
Well, it's a fantastic example. I'm really glad you said that because it allows me to add a little bit to what you're saying, if you don't mind. We call that in NLP anchoring. You know, not to further confuse you, but just to add, because it's a chunk-sized bit of information. When you have a feeling associated with something you grew up with, a banana custard could open up a whole wealth of information.
Yeah.
And in submodalities, you'll find that out because everything will change. Now look, when you started talking about that, your skin changed, you started smiling, and your mood was a bit different. And it invoked a feeling of a time in your life that was absolutely fabulous. Now the reason I mention this is because the feeling that you access from banana custard could be useful in many other situations. In a situation perhaps where you were in confrontation with somebody who wasn't going very well. Or even when, for example, your children or you're getting frustrated with them with doing their work and you talk, well, it's that simple, why don't you get it? You can invoke that.
Speak of banana custard at that time.
Absolutely. It's an
You
anchor.
know what? That's a good idea.
Because it's an anchor to
Right.
pull you into a different state. And what I mean by state is how you are feeling in the beginning of anything. You know, how you're feeling. Are you sleepy, tired, are you agitated, are you sick, are you frustrated, are you somewhere else? What's going on? What state are you in?